It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go, Wk10 ready to do the honors. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That pass complete to Moore. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to Hubbard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can those great mismatches throwing some guys out of the backfield.
On the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. And really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And complete to Drake London. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
To throw now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try and put his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the outlet. What you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give him some space to cut to the outside. Now they're put together with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his man. It's London. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive
been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells that offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is at a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And to the 36-yard line, taking the after 3 yards. They try to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. Throw left side. There's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
One after here coming up. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game there early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals. But it wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2022. On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. And they're able to work this across midfield.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball. Possibly in the field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try not to stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
He certainly did a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing.
It'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Looking to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson. 33 yards. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and Carolina scores to cap it off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. He's going to go up top again. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley from 6 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Coup for the extra point. and he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, that's Richard. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Falcons grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field.
He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's making have really helped out his team.
Absolutely. They're winning on the scoreboard here in quarter number 2.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Second and 5. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
This is caught. Touchdown. Cordero Patterson from 8 yards out.
And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now, absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Wk10 able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Wk10 to kick off. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Okay, ready?
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Ready?
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's Edwards again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Falcons. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Up to the 20.
Man, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Matt Rule not a big fan of that last call, and he's going to go ahead and challenge it.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field of
so Matt Rule able to challenge that one successfully. The Falcons send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Floating one, incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, an absolute Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. Before tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They're going to look to throw. And his pass incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Being chased out, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Now Wk10 for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Straight ahead with Hubbard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw.
That caught by Tremble. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
That pass complete to Moore.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. Touchdown, Panthers! Tommy Tremble
from 10 yards out.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They go play action here on first down. This one caught by Ridley. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
On play action, they'll throw. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's Tremble, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That one good for 24 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go option to the short side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11 now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 49. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yards, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. points, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.